You find that somebody is start drinking, then at lunchtime there is no time to go back to the house and get something to eat. So drinking could always just reduce the body. Now any disease when it comes, it can weaken the body, and I always consider it as something that caused my father's life, and therefore I always say that I'll never drink, simply because of what I've seen.
An alcoholic knows what he's doing actually, and he really feels bad about what he's doing, he or she is doing. An alcoholic actually is suffering as he's going through all that drinking bouts and letting people down, and the ugliness of his life really weighs him down too.
So since from my childhood I have not seen any goodness in drinking, I say all sort of alcohol, because the effect of alcohol is that you will take it, you become drunk, and then it interferes with your the way you talk. Wherever you are when you are drunk, there is no peace, because you will want to war with people. You cannot contribute anything, and therefore you are good for nothing when you drink.
Living with an alcoholic really complicates family life. Sometimes you wonder whether the children are blaming you for what's going on. Sometimes I think the children, of course, they feel lonely. They wonder how comes you can't spend so much time with them. How comes you can't give them so much attention? Why can't you leave their daddy alone? After all, he's such a bother, and he's such a pain. Why can't we go away? There were times I wanted to leave just for the sake of the children, but something held me back, because I wanted a whole family. I didn't want a family without a father, the children to grow up without their father, no matter how bad he was. They love their father. They love their father. They still love their father so much. Although there is a lot of pain, still, there's a lot of things, a lot of feelings they are still having to overcome.
It therefore gave my mother very hard time in trying to make me finish school, because my father was not having something good in account, simply because he used to spend a lot of money in drinking. He goes to the club, buy to other people alcohol. He also account for his. Then a lot of money he could lose there. When he comes back drunk, falls down, he may lose a lot of money. And drinking really affected my education, because my father used to drink a lot. That is why I still say I hate alcohol too much. No matter what kind of alcohol, I consider all alcohol as bad, something of no good effect, something of a lot of wastage, something that will always just bring chaos in the family. I hate it, and I hate it.
I feel sad a lot of the times because of what I've been through, the children and I. Now is when I realize just how much we went through. Sometimes I hate myself because I totally neglected myself. children also suffered because I had to give most of my time to their father. So I'm trying to get over this now. I've always come across as a very strong person, but I never realized until now what a toll this had taken on me. I really have to fight every day not to break down, to be positive, and to put the past behind and build up what we didn't manage to build up.
To now, I still dream of joining college, and I try very much to save something, but I find it difficult because of there are other people who need my support, so it becomes very difficult to save, and so that I may proceed with my education.
Then we've got to talk about all the other people, the other family members who are going through the same thing. Because yes, me as a wife, I was going through my own kind of feelings, emotions, but how about the fathers, the mothers, the uncles, the aunts, the brothers, and the sisters? My mother-in-law was great support. I think she went through, if not worse, seeing her son destroying his life and seeing what he was doing to his family. I think she was always so devastated too. She didn't really know what to do either. She also had the same problems of trying to get David out of the way. I think if he came and he made demands for money, she would have to give it to him, because there are times he'd even become violent and threaten to do things. And I guess he expected that much of her, because that was his mom. And I think indirectly, inside, I think he was just crying out for help. In one way, he was crying out for help, but he just couldn't show it. Alcoholism is so complicated. He couldn't show it. The alcohol in him would prevent him from doing that. Aggressive acts and acts of overjoyousness and being so excited and just being a total wreck is what alcohol does to an alcoholic. It changes them into an uncontrollable kind of person who's unable to communicate at all with his families, especially with family members.
Last week, I was in the house and I heard people shouting outside. I also have a church, I'm also a pastor. When I came out, I saw people in the estate facing one direction, so many of them. When I went to find out, it was my son harassing everybody in the estate. He had taken changa laced with banking. When I went near him, he tried to spit on me. Last year when I locked out this boy, my neighbor opened the door for him and he slept there. If all parents became serious, we may save our children. I don't know whether I will see grandchildren myself.
In our society today, we find that, as I said there before, addicts are considered as mad people. And when somebody is under the influence, of course, they're not in a state of mind to reason and to do anything, to make decisions. So many times, of course, they end up messing or doing very, very serious offenses. And then they are pushed into Makare, they are given jabs, they are given sedatives and tranquilizers to keep them quiet. But how do we deal with the problem? Because keeping them there, enclosing them there, and just jabbing them all the time doesn't help. It's not going to help. So these people need rehabilitation. These people need to be taught about the danger that they are in, because drugs kill, alcohol kills.
It's so important that an alcoholic is loved. Love is one, and I believe that's what got us through. My love for my husband, and children's love too. We wouldn't have been able to do it without love. And most of all, it was God. I used to pray constantly. Every single thought, every single second thought, I think, was a prayer. I used to pray all the time. And finally, actually, God answered my prayers. Just like that. Just out of the blue, God answered my prayers. Because I think maybe He realized that I couldn't take it anymore. And I had struggled so hard just to keep this family together. I believe so much in my marriage, in the institution of marriage. I don't feel people should break up for any reason whatsoever. It's for better or for worse. And I meant that when I took my vows. So I stuck to that. I knew my husband, my real husband, was hiding beneath that facade of alcohol. I knew I was waiting for him to come back to us. And I'm so happy that he hasn't. I pray to God that he'll continue in the same light that he is right now.
We also have other systems like the AA group, see, where people attend meetings, they share experiences, they are empowered, and they hear the experiences of other people, they get challenged by the experiences of others, and they also get empowered and encouraged in the process of recovery, where you are told that just come as you are accepted just the way you are, and you are precious. Even if you are sick, you are precious. It doesn't mean that we discard you. And this AA is also taking root in this country, because in Nairobi alone we have more than 30 meetings a week, and that really goes a long way towards helping people to sober up.
Since we had begun, we have seen that it is really possible. There's a lot of hope in what we are doing here, because one, we do not advertise our work. Our clients come through attraction by seeing those who have been here and who have now changed, who actually motivate them and give them direction of coming here. So we see that there's hope. We cannot say there's any guarantee, and there's no need even for any guarantee. There's no need asking for any guarantee. But there's hope that the person who actually enters treatment here and is committed to his plan actually succeeds.